Everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how you can create config-driven portfolio website so that your code become very maintainable. So that in future, if you have a need to change any data, you can directly change from the config. You don't need to touch your code to change your personal data. So let's see how to build this. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in the last video, we had seen how we can develop config driven portfolio so that all the data comes from the config file so that there is no static data in code. And that's when you use the config driven data, that becomes very easy to change the data in future and the code becomes very maintainable. So here you can see I have the config folder and all the other folders are same as you create in Next.js projects. So in the config I have just put all my data, like my personal data is in about file, my certification data is in certification file. As you can see, I have created a certification object and I have put the object in this certification file. Same for the experience and same for the FAQ and rest of the data like navigation, projects, SEO details, services, skills, testimonials, and finally I have imported all the data and I grouped it into the config object so that finally whenever I have to use the data from config, I just import a config from this file and directly use that data there. So here in the home page, as you can see, I have imported the config and I have used it directly here. Not this is not the static data. I just importing all the data from the config object. And here you can see I just extracted the config data like personal experience, skills, testimonial, certifications, and I use same here. You can see the all data is config driven, no static data is there. Same in the contact page also. Here you can see all the data is config driven. On the service as well, in the on layout also, you can see all the data is coming from the config. I just imported the config and use all the data from here. So let's say in the future your experience changes, your company changes, and your skill changes. You can directly change those data from the config, and even you can put all this data in a JSON file, and you can change that directly from your drive folder. You can just directly import the all the data from your Google Drive as a JSON file, and you don't have to touch your project code. You can directly change your data, your JSON data, directly from the Google Doc file or Google Drive file. And for the SEO is very important if you are creating portfolio. That's how your website become visible in Google search. If you search my website with the name Ashish Frontend, you can find my website on the Google. You can see if I search the Ashish Frontend, you can see my website here. But this is, so if I search the Ashish backend, still you can find my website. Let me show you. Actually initially I have hosted on this virtual, but the pre-quota is already exhausted, so the deployment is paused currently, and I have deployed on the GitHub as well. So the GitHub version is automatically like that is not paused, that is still running, but the virtual one is paused because I have exhausted all the free quota. So this is how you can create your portfolio which is visible on the Google search And one more thing, if you want that your website becomes visible on the Google, you will have to register that on the Google Search Console. Google Search Console. You can just directly log in there and you can add your website there. Like you have to go to the property, add the property here, and that will ask for the verification of your domain. You can verify via a meta tag or directly a HTML file which you need to put in your web hosting folder. And after that, in some days, maybe 2 to 5 days, your website will be indexed in the Google search. So after that, when you search your domain or where your name for which keyword you have optimized, if you search with that on Google, you will find your website there. So this was the video that how you can create your conflict driven portfolio website. If you have any question regarding this, you can drop your comment and I will create video on that as well. So this was for today. I will come with another video. Till then, bye. Thanks for watching.